Great morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us on our pathway to peace inside the Garden of Peace. If you're following along, we're on page 312, and today's lesson is called Marriage's Meaning. If we only knew and kept that in mind every single moment of every single day, wow, how much better our whole lives be, and our wives' lives be, and our children's lives, and everyone around us. Here we go. Yesterday we left off with the sentence of a prospective husband must remember that getting married means hard work. You're not signing up for soft ice cream, man. Until now, you've lived in your parents' home. Until now, you've had not much asked of you. Whatever it was, we said it was so minimal compared to the challenges and work that you're going to have to do the second the marriage starts. Au contraire, they pampered you, they loved you, they tried to understand you, even when you were rebellious, even when you're crazy. They're your parents, and they give you every single thing. They would jump in front of a train for you. They would take a bullet for you. They're literally a part of you that you create. When you become parents, you understand how much love you have for your children and what you would do for them, right? So now think about the flip side. When you're that child, how much would your parents give to you? How much do they love you? No matter how silly or how bad you are, at the end of the day, you're a child, and a parent always wants to give and show their love for them. So how much of a hard life do you think you had? Whatever they were doing was because they love you and they care about you. Even when you didn't understand it, but they pour that overflowing endlessly for you, right? So, or maybe you lived in a different framework. Maybe the guy has been living in a dormitory. Maybe he's been single for a while, living on the Upper East Side with his friends, having a wonderful life, and that didn't need or require much emotional attachment or mutual responsibility. Maybe they had somebody that they lived with in the next room, and their place is a pigsty. They throw their laundry on the floor. The dishes stay for weeks sitting in the sinks until somebody actually realizes that, oh, maybe we should start cleaning it up because Pesach's coming. So we got to start doing a little bit of work. In such a non-committal framework, any person with such minimal skills socially can get by and cruise, man, on the highway of life. Know and remember this extremely well. The whole purpose of getting married is to enable you to get to work on your character traits, on your marvelous midos. The reason you get married is to have a tikkun, to correct your soul in this world. The reason that you get married is for your wife to help you reach your goal.
So yesterday you said that, William Golden said it could take a whole lifetime to fix one trait. How are we supposed to fix our tikkun if one trait takes a whole lifetime and we've got a bazillion?
Beautiful. So that's why we get married. Because on our own, it is almost impossible to do. And we're going to be over and over and over failing and falling miserably. But we can have an angel, when we can have a direct communicator, a speaker box from God's microphone sitting in our living room, I guarantee you she will be able, and over again, point out your flaws, point out what you need to fix, point out what you're doing wrong, so that you keep getting smacked in the face and you can't avoid it. And when somebody's encouraging you, whether it's positive or negative reinforcement, whatever it might be, you can't not understand what you need to do. And you don't want to get that lava of volcanic eruption overflowing and burning everything in its path. You want to get things corrected. You want an amicable relationship. You want to be shown love. You want to be shown kindness in return. So hopefully you will do things to fix them much quicker, much more meaningfully, because you want to have that love in your life being showered with bracha. Realizing that the entire purpose of the wedding is to prepare a person for true service of God, to serve Hashem, is the best possible preparation for marriage and a long, meaningful life. When a person knows this and prepares himself for it, he will gain so much super strength and have the proud, prime patience to withstand anything that comes his way. He will succeed, certainly, in an everlasting edifice in Israel, to be able to buy Saman B'Yisrael, a home of beauty, a home of harmony, from which beautiful, bountiful blessings and good fruit will be brought forth into this world. Every good home that produced upright generations, righteous people, awesome individuals, and our nation's spiritual leaders did so through much work, did so through much toil, so much extreme effort, and super serious, solid, wonderful work. The Gemara says, last time we said, if somebody toils so hard and worked over and over again, and they said they did not succeed, most probably their work was not real. And if somebody did succeed with almost no effort, you can be sure that that success is not going to be real or lasting. But if somebody toiled over and over again and put in the work and put in the patience and then finally did succeed, you can almost be guaranteed that it's real. My friend last night sent me a story. I think it was at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning while I was definitely sleeping. And he said, I know you're sleeping, but I have to send you the story. So thank you very much, Joey. He said that he had a project that was due, I think, for days, whatever it was, and he couldn't do it. And over again, he was trying, and he was failing, and couldn't complete it. So he finally said to his wife, I don't want it to do. Literally like 2 or 3 hours, this assignment was due, and he was no closer to finishing it than he was 2 days before. So she said, all you need to do is try, and pray to Hashem, that he gives you the understanding, the knowledge, the logic to complete it. So he said, okay, I'm going to say, Hashem, I've been trying, I have not been succeeding, and I know that everything comes from you, and I need your help. Please give me the divine inspiration. Give me the knowledge that I need. Just whatever I need your help. I can't do it on my own. And he sent that prayer straight up to heaven. And then he sat down, the same way he did for 2 days before. All of a sudden, everything just flowed out, poured out, and boom, finished the assignment in the nick of time. But he says there's no way physically he was able to do it. And he doesn't know how he did it. He doesn't understand. But he knows he listened to his wife, and he prayed to Hashem, and he got it. Bam! Succeeded. That's all we need in life. Listen to what's coming from you, from your spouse, understand the messages, and if we can't do it, or we don't think we have the strength or the power on our own, throw a prayer up to heaven. God, everything in the world is all you. So why can't you help me succeed at what I need to do? Of course you can. And thank you very much for it once you get it. Show that akarsato. Show that appreciation. Because that's the definition of who we're supposed to be as these people. Right? There isn't a couple in the world, even amongst the righteous, in our generations, that had it easy, that had it super smooth from the start of their marriage, with instant shalom bias. Poor instant, right? Boom, finished. Marital peace. Thank you, done.
I mean, as soon as Abraham married Sarah, there was issues.
Instant soup, man.
They weren't right away like,
hello.
Bias?
Wow, my wife is so pleasant to me. My wife is so kind to me. She never rebukes me.
That's the way the
never criticizes me.
Except for like the whole Yitzhak thing. It
wow.
seemed like that was their only fight.
Never in life. Rather, it is certain that every single great one had a huge task to complete. The strength they had to work so hard on their own marital peace, that stemmed from the fact that they knew what to expect. They went into this relationship knowing that we are going to have problems. The forefathers had to pray every single moment, day and night, just to have children. Physically, every time, can you imagine when their wives wanted to further the new understanding of God and the religion that they're bringing real into the world? All they wanted to do, the greatest gift, was to bestow it to the children, to continue on the legacy, to move the generations through the future of time. Being these Jews are connected people to their Creator. Their whole essence was about that. And they couldn't do it. They were physically unable. So how much of a strain, how much of a stress do you think they had on their lives every single day for 100 years?
I think Yaakov had it the toughest of all. I mean, he had 12 sons from 4 different women. 4 pregnancies. Consistently. Plus the animals were pregnant. Non-stop. Imagine what he went through.
The hormones flying through the air.
One pregnant wife.
People say they want multiple women in their lives. Can't even handle one wife. What are you going to do?
I don't know how Yaakov did it.
What are you going to do?
I think about it all the time I read this parsha. Like, 4 women, all pregnant. One was pregnant, then this one was pregnant. Can you imagine the neediness that they must have needed from him?
That's why his whole essence, his entire being of Yitzchak is defined by what?
True.
In the foundations of the Sephiros, right? Avram is Chesed, and Yitzchak is Gevura. His whole embodiment was restraint, to show that he could yell at any moment. He has so much right in his mind, and he probably had in the whole reality of a situation to be able to say something, or to complain, or to fire back when everybody was bombarding him. But to hold that in, to restrain yourself, to bind your being, that's why it's called Akedas Yitzchak. Akeda doesn't mean a sacrifice. It means the binding of Isaac.
All of that?
Hold on, it means the binding of Isaac. So it means his whole essence is defined by the moment that he went on to that sacrificial, right? To be that lamb, to be that ram, to give up his life for everything. It's all about, listen, I understand, it's about restraint. And everything is inward to kill off anything you're about to say, any feeling that you're about to have that has any negativity to it. Cut it down, boom. Avram was all about chesed, giving everywhere. But he was all about restraint and destruction of anything that could cause a problem. That's why his whole essence is defined by the binding of Yitzchak, because his whole personality was bound up inside. So that's why he was the one who had all those wives. That helped him become who he needed to be.
Yaakov had all those wives.
Sorry, Yitzchak, I'm talking about, was all about binding.
Right.
Yaakov had all the 12 children, I'm sorry. Yes, now to bring it home, Avram was all about chesed, Yitzchak is all about binding. So he learned from his father what it means to be able to have a kind of restraint, because he saw it already. And Yitzchak had to define it. He had to create it in reality. He saw Avram, and Avram was all about giving. And then Avram had a son who was all about giving in all the wrong places. So his son said, no, we can't just give unlimitedly. We have to bind things together. So now his son has an amazing role model to who to look up to. He says, look what my father did. I can't bind everything and kill everything. We have to have some chesed in our lives, but to know how to restrain in the proper amount. And then he had 12 perfect children in the end. Yeah, there was some trouble and hiccups along the way. But Avram had 2 sons, one good, one crazy bad. Yitzchak had 2 sons, one good, one crazy bad, because they saw their father's traits. But to be able to see it and then bring it home in a harmony, in a yin-yang relationship, and then to see, oh my gosh, I can take my father's traits and now be able to know when to give, when to not to give, when to hold back, when to give forth. To see that and to be able to emulate that in perfection is amazing. Unbelievable. So you have to have harmony. Who's the one that had that rachamim, that mercy, that compassion for all of his wives when everything was good and in oneness? That's finally the duality between taking from the right and the left and bringing it down together. Jacob, who was at Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, to have all that put together in the right amount, in the right place, and be able to know what to say in the right way. Thank you for helping correct me and bring it home. Okay? So they knew that a marriage was hard work. They prepared themselves for this moment, living up for this day. Therefore, able to withstand all the difficulties and all the challenges. And happy they are, and happy is their lot when they know their mission and they know how to succeed in it, because they have all the secret keys in life. And they know how, when it comes their way, how am I going to look at it? What's my outlook going to be? Am I going to get mad? Am I going to get enraged? Am I going to get upset because my haughtiness, my own gaiva, my own arrogance is coming forth? Or no, I understand Hashem's helping me right now. I'm so appreciative of this in my life to help get me where I need to go. When gas is put in my car, am I upset about it because it stinks and I have to wait there for a few minutes at a pump? Or do I say, no, I'm so grateful that now I have this gas in my car, that I can go, that I can accomplish what I need to get to my destination. Now I have something that's going to propel me to help get me there. I don't look to complain about every little thing. I'm thankful that I was able to pull over at a gas station. Thank God for being there at a gas station so I don't run out of gas to get me where I need to go. The arrogant lose. It is vital, man. It's vital that a man not be arrogant, as we were just saying, not be picky, because ultimately they are liable to miss out on their soulmate. The disciple Rav, of blessed and saintly memory, commented on the phenomena of the many older and unmarried yeshiva bachrim in his time around him. It was a sickness when those, because of their excessive arrogance, lose out and they keep pushing off their intended marriage and matches with their own two hands. They are so full of themselves with what they think they want in life. They're so selfishly centered because they think they're getting married is all about themselves. I want a wife who's going to be amazing cook. If she is not good, she doesn't know how, I don't want that in my life. I want a wife that is gorgeous, unparalleled on this earth in beauty. I want the most magnificent woman. I want somebody who's the brightest in the whole community. I want somebody who can match my skills, and if she's not on my level, let's say I want somebody who's funny. I want somebody who's going to laugh at every single one of my jokes, because I want an audience every time I talk. I want somebody who's going to say, you're the funniest man on the planet. I'm so lucky that I have you as a husband. Nobody else in our community can understand how good they have it, because I have a gem in my life. They want somebody because they're not good enough inside. They're not content enough in their own souls and their own hearts, and they need to hear constant compliments from somebody outside them in order to raise their ego, to put themselves up higher on a pedestal. What are you getting married for? Because you need to fill a void within yourself. Then you're never going to have that. You're never going to be happy. Because no matter what comes in, it's always going to be lacking. And go down into a deep, dark hole of a black hole that sucks everything in and makes it negative. You need to be happy inside yourself. You need to be fulfilled and connected with your relationship with God to know who you are as your own essence. And then you can learn to be able to give to somebody else, which is what a whole marriage is about. Don't get it wrong the other way around. So they keep pushing off matches that come their way that can help them be the best person possible. Know what we're here for in life and take that and appreciate that and grow with that together. And with that, have an awesome, audaciously amazing rest of your day.